Howdy, I'm Andrew,
I'm Jason.
and we represent Investment Aggregator. So, investing in the stock market is something that a lot of individuals, especially young people, see as being kind of outside of their reach. But with applications like Robinhood and other major brokerages reducing trading commissions down to very low levels, investing is something that's kind of come within range of the common person, so to speak, someone who doesn't work in finances as a profession. And the problem with that is, though, is that given that none of us, especially us lowly computer scientists, don't have any uh, in-depth educational knowledge into how the stock market functions or how companies work and how their performance affects their stock price, it makes it difficult for us to make intelligent decisions on our investments, which really will determine how our money is saved later in life. And so we decided to create this program which will aggregate information from all over the internet and present it to a user in an easy-to-read fashion that will hopefully allow them to make more intelligent stock purchasing decisions. So specifically, in order to use our website, simply enter a stock ticker into the search bar. So for here, for example, I'll use Apple. And so then you'll be presented with a page which contains a number of features which attempt to educate you on the stock and then also show you how it is performing overall. So specifically, the first scroll box up here shows a short description of the company along with all of their products that they're currently working on. Even for popular companies like Apple, Tesla, Google, most people don't really have a complete conceptualization of what they do. And so this will help you figure out and understand their whole product line. Below that will show a current picture of the stock's price and its current change and a number of other factors such as the price to earnings ratio, the market capitalization, and factors of the dividend payouts and things of that nature. Below that also there's an interactive graph which you can scroll in and out of and view the performance of the stock over time. It allows you to add a series of indicators such as moving average, Bollinger Bands, relative strength, and a number of other more in-depth data features of the stock that will let you make more accurate predictions of where you expect its price to move in the future. Along with that, there is a live feed of messages from a web service similar to Twitter that relates to the stock market. And so you can see what other people who invest, especially professional investors, what they're saying in real time about that stock. So like, for example, this first rating says that this investing network is giving Apple a buy rating and with a price target of $160. And so you'll see positive and negative sentiment expressed in this, and you can gauge it from here. Below that, there's a number of features relating to the dividend information of the stocks. So stocks, over time, they return money to their investors by paying out some of their earnings in terms of dividends. And so you can see the amount of the dividend that's been paid out and the times that the payouts have happened, along with some overviews of what happened to the stock price on the day that the dividend was paid out, along with a link to a website which has some more in-depth information about the history of the dividend and how the company's dividend yield, how much it pays out per period, proportional to the stock price, weighs in according with other companies. So you can kind of gauge if you're picking long-term investment stocks that primarily pay out dividends. This is a good resource to use. And so along with that, we have a number of indicators which show whether or not a stock has buy or sell signals associated with it, along with sentiment analysis, which reads a massive database of news articles that are currently pertaining to each particular stock, and then judging them using a sentiment module that we've coded that will try to detect which articles express positive sentiment and which articles express negative sentiment towards the company. And so Apple, interestingly enough, has a very positive sentiment right now, 90 positive articles, only 3 negative ones, which is quite impressive for the company. Along with that, we present our patented Trump-O-meter, which shows, proportional to the total number of articles, the number of articles that mention specifically Donald Trump. So you may or may not wish to avoid articles that have a large number of mentions of our illustrious president. Along with that, we have links to a number of other websites which have detailed investment statistics and other kinds of data manipulation that you can look at that augment our own. So like, for example, this website uses machine learning sequencing models to show support and resistance points in stocks and also try to give some general pattern recognition to show whether or not they expect the stock to improve in performance or decrease over time. Finally, there's also a series of in-depth and detailed earnings reports which show the kind of the nitty-gritty of the company's balance sheets in order for you to determine whether they're a company that you expect to remain profitable over time or not. And so these are all drop-downs that you can click and then they load up, and you can read, so like, this is the earnings per share for Apple over the previous several periods. And so using all of this information, hopefully it will assist you in making a series of intelligent decisions that will cause your financial savings to grow over time instead of go away.